Hey guys, welcome to the love of my life, the highway, the great American road trip. I've done this solo so many times before I started filming, and I love it.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, it's the world honestly burning. That's all I'm learning, hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds and put the work in, we got some work, man.
Alright, you guys, the destination is Albuquerque, New Mexico on Interstate 40. I was listening to this artist in November named Monrovia, and he had this song called City on a Hill. And I love it so much. It was just mood music for me, and something just clicked in my head. I said, you know what, I'm going to go to a city on a hill. I'm going to Albuquerque, New Mexico for my birthday. I turned 40 on December 2nd, so I rolled out, and I hadn't thought of this. I grew up in Missouri. I always heard of Route 66. Route 66, if I'm not mistaken, it goes through 8 states, and I think it starts around Chicago, somewhere in that region, and it ends in Los Angeles. So I'm from Missouri, grew up hearing about it, spent a lot of time in Oklahoma. I was living in Oklahoma when I made this video. Route 66 cuts right through there into New Mexico, Arizona, and it's the great American nostalgia when America was the backbone, hard working class, a wife and a dog and 2 or 3 kids and a picket fence and a really slick American steel solid car. So along the way, of course, I came across a lot of Route 66 nostalgia. The motels, the hotels, I'll show you more later. I also came across this museum. I just had to stop in and check out these slick cars. I love it. So look, it wouldn't be a road trip without trippy things going on. We started off in West Texas, just outside of Amarillo. It was very sunshiny. The clouds were very thin and very high. And then boom, we go through the museum. It's still cool. And then once I get out of there and I'm back on the highway, look at me. I'm rolling through mountains. The elevation has gone up, and it was crazy, guys. I have a thermometer on my dash, and I just gradually watched that thermometer drop. And as that's happening, the precipitation that was slowly coming down became a little bit more like snow. Thankfully, it wasn't so cold that as the snow was hitting the highway, it was melting, but I had to slow down my speed a little bit. I did my best to keep filming, but it was a little bit scary, you guys. But again, hey, it's all on the trip. It's all on the road trip. So here I am in Albuquerque. We made it. You guys, this trip was incredibly impromptu. Next to no planning. I just blocked out a little bit of time and a little bit of budget, and like I say online sometimes, I just said it recently, I have so many ideas and no plans, because I just roll on God's time. I see where it takes me. I have ideas about what I want to happen, but at the end of the day, I just go with the flow. One thing I realized in making this vlog is it's really hard to narrate a place that you don't have a lot of details about. In the spirit of Peter Santinello, I like to watch him a lot, and he rolls around all of these places all over the United States and sometimes in foreign countries, and he narrates the best he can. But his primary objective typically is to find a local to talk to, even if it's just for a few minutes or for someone to walk him around. So in lieu of that, I'm going to do an AI overview narration here so that you guys can learn a little bit more about the city, but I'm going to remix it as I go. I'm totally freestyling. I'll add things that I happen to know or things that I might have experienced. Albuquerque is a culturally rich high desert city with over 310 days of sunshine a year. Key honest facts to share include its unique high altitude desert climate, which causes rapid weather shifts and dry skin, the true definition of New Mexican cuisine, and the reality of navigating the area. I thought navigation was pretty dang easy, to be honest. Side to side, I felt like it was smaller than Kansas City. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it was not hard to get around, in my opinion. And about the cuisine, there was a conversation I had off camera at the Route 66 Auto Museum about the differences between Mexican cuisine and New Mexican cuisine. So apparently that is a real thing. So the best insider facts, this is very interesting because I didn't know all of this when I was there. Red or green, New Mexican chili is a dietary staple. I noticed they do have chilies. When I say chili, I'm talking about like a cayenne pepper on their license plates. It's a dietary staple, not just a condiment. If a server at a restaurant asks red or green, you can answer Christmas to get a mix of both. It is a completely distinct culinary identity from traditional Mexican, or as they call Tex-Mex food. Tex-Mex, it's all over Oklahoma and Texas. It's Texas/Mexican food. It's a fusion, not true Mexican food. So there's the hot air balloon capital. I saw this on Google Maps several times. There's a particular location mapped for that. The city hosts the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta every October. Unique wind conditions, known locally as the box, make it one of the few places in the world where hundreds of balloons can take flight and land in the same exact spot. That's pretty cool. The Mother Road. I recently learned this term because I joined Route 66 groups to share my work, and plus Route 66 is just so majestic and nostalgic and Americana, and I love it. Albuquerque features the longest continuous urban stretch of historic Route 66, also known as the Mother Road, along Central Avenue. It's packed with vintage neon signs and classic 1950s motels. It's those neon signs in the motels and the cars that I love so much. I low-key wish I lived during that time. I just think it would have been so amazing. But then again, sometimes you don't appreciate where you are at the time. So maybe if I was living then, I wouldn't have quite understood how great it was, right? So it's always easy to say that in hindsight, right? Record-breaking views. The city is home to the Sandia Peak Aerial Tramway, the longest tram in the Americas, taking riders to a 10,600-foot peak where the Sandia Mountains turn a stunning watermelon pink at sunset. I missed that, baby. I wish I could have done it, but I can only imagine. Deep native roots. You can experience the living cultures of New Mexico's 19 Native American pueblos by visiting the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center. I'm going to be very frank, whether if you like it or not. I went to the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center gas station very shortly after I arrived because I was looking for cigarettes, and natives always have the best prices. It was ghetto, my friends. It was ghetto, and they had armed security as soon as you walked in the door, and they had armed security scanning the parking lot when I walked out. That is not a good sign, my friends. So here we go with the honest reality check facts. Altitude and weather. The city sits on a high elevation. It's 4,500 to 6,500 feet, meaning the sun is intensely strong, and winters can bring sudden snowstorms. The air is exceptionally dry, making hydration and lip balm absolute essentials. Get your Carmex, baby. Carmex and water if you're going to be around Albuquerque for long. A car-centric city. While compact, hey, there you go, I was right, you guys, it's not that big. While compact, the city requires a car to get around efficiently. Crossing the Rio Grande bridges during rush hour can cause heavy traffic delays, and public transportation isn't as expansive as in other metropolises. That's got to be a fact, because I was in the Old Town portion, which sadly I didn't film enough of. I wish I went there sooner. And on the way back, it was nightmarish. getting to the north end of the city where my Motel 6 was. And the crazy part is it wasn't a very long distance. It was absurdly congested, and I was not happy with that at all. Here we go, and this is what I knew before I went. Crime and neighborhoods. Like many cities, Albuquerque experiences concentrated crime in specific areas. That's a very AI, politically correct way of saying that we got crime, but we're going to mention that everybody has crime. The topic is Albuquerque today. It is highly advised to research the neighborhoods and never leave valuables inside of your parked vehicles, especially while visible. You guys, it's so politically correct. It has a lot of dangerous pockets where they're going to jack your stuff. Not to sidebar too much, but I was with Miguel El Mambo de Leon in Denver about 10 years ago, and we parked so that I could go in and do some rapping over a live band at an open mic, and somebody was in his trunk so fast and stole his congas. And this is the first time I've got to say this, but when I'm in Albuquerque, I really got Denver on the other side of the mountain energy. They're both liberal cities with amazing views and a lot of Asian culture and general cultural diversity. And with that similarity comes the street crime. You can't leave stuff sitting around in your car. And then there's this one. I experienced it, I must confess, early closures. Compared to coastal cities that are open 24/7, Albuquerque nightlife is more limited. Most restaurants and local businesses wrap up their days and close around 9 p.m. You guys, I was out at, let's say, 8 p.m. I was down to go to a bar, a strip club, a bar and grill, whatever it may be. It was so hard to find something. It was absurd. And I ended up back in a neighborhood. I can't remember the name right now. I'm sorry. It's a warning neighborhood. They say you should be careful over there, but to me it was just kind of like whatever. I finally found a dive bar where I could go over there and have a couple of beers until closing time. So there you go, guys. That's Albuquerque. I was only there for about 48 hours. I'm really working on overcoming the battles of thoroughly documenting a city in a short time, especially a city that I don't know a lot about, that I'm just figuring out as I go. So this vlog is not perfect. I didn't cover all of the corners as well as I could have or should have, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for part 2 for some more detailed views. Peace and love, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
The demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time